So anyway, as I said, my brother-in-law Larry, he's more my brother, honestly. Um, I'm going to do a whole video with him and about him, and we talk about armors, the armor of God in any battle that you've ever known or heard of or read about or had a history class on. How do you think that that armor looks at the end of the battle? Now, if you come out of the battle and your armor is shiny, it's not scratched, burnt, dented, broke, almost about to fall off, you were never in a battle. And I know that firsthand just from the battles that I go through. If my I hope that when I get to heaven and I take my armor off, because I won't need it anymore. I hope when I get to heaven and I take that armor off that God allows me to see it and it's beat to pieces and it's broke and dented and it's about to fall off of me. I That's how I hope my armor looks, because if it don't, I was never in a battle. You can't, no piece of equipment is going to make it all the way through a battle without breaking or tearing or ripping. It, a battle's chaotic. Your armor protects you. So if your armor's never hit, you were never in an area where you were going to be hit, right? So again, um, please just treat everybody with respect. And when you go into church, sometimes we forget. I've heard people say, you know, she needs to dress better in church, or they sit and stare because we don't look a certain way. Okay, um, if you're judging people in a church and you're not even going to speak to them to get to know them, then why are you there? Where in the Bible does it say that that's okay? And again, this is an attack on the church. I love the church. I love the people of the church, but we all know there are some that will make you feel that you don't belong. And folks, if you ask anybody in the industry of food service what day they dread the most, and it's Sunday. And why? Because they say the church crowd are some of the worst to deal with. That's something that we're going to have to change. We're never going to attract anybody to the Lord to save them if that's how we present ourselves. And Jesus came, and Jesus, how many times, and y'all know, how many times did Jesus associate himself with somebody that the disciples or his apostles or just the church crowd was like, what are you doing? Why are you associating with them? Don't you know who they are? Don't you know what she is? Don't you know what she's done? Of course Jesus did. We better be glad that God or Jesus didn't think of us the same way that we think of each other. We're all doomed. We are so judgmental of one another. And nobody should ever be turned away from a church, ever, based on how they're dressed. Now, there is some instances where that is would have to be done. You should not come to church in low cut shirts and short shorts. That's not acceptable. God said wear your best, and that's what you should want to do. But some people's best may be a pair of Tor blue jeans because they don't have anything else. Folks, we can't judge those people. They're there. That's who we should be ministering to, is the people that are in sin, the people that are walking through any town that you've ever been in. When's the last time we've stopped and said, when's the last time you've ate? When's the last time you've had a shower? I'm going to give you a bag, Bill, is what he's doing, and it's great. I'm going to give you a bag of personal hygiene items. I'm no better than you are, but for the grace of God, there go I. And that is the way that we need to carry ourselves. We're no better than anyone. I'm definitely not any better than anyone. folks, you're not going to find anybody that will treat me as bad as I treat me. There's nothing that people could say to me that I haven't already said to myself or thought about myself. And again, and you know who you are, I don't know how you feel about me saying, but I was once told of something by a family member. And right after this break, if you will, call it a break, I will get right back and I will explain it.